Welcome to Barnstable Today. I'm Len Gobeil, sitting in for Nick Cortez while he's away on vacation.
And I'm Kevin Friel. We'd like to remind you right at the top that the meetings we cover are available on demand at the town's website. You can log on at www.town.barnstable.ma.us.
Our focus on today's episode is Tuesday's Airport Commission meeting. The show opens with Finance Subcommittee Chair Donald McLaughlin's briefing.
The last thing that we discussed, and this will be taking a fair amount of time on the part of the Finance Committee over the next several months, and this was one of the major issues in our business pro forma, is rates and charges. We discussed two items. The first one was landing fees, and the second one was parking. We decided to table all of the issues on parking primarily because of the phasing surrounding the parking lot in front of the terminal, and that we're going to be moving the parking lots around. So we just didn't think it was an appropriate time to talk about increasing parking fees or parking rates. And we also have our contract extension with Republic terminates in January of next year, so we wanted to deal with both of those issues at the same time. So we will discuss that starting in September. With respect to landing fees, just to give you a quick background, our landing fees in this fiscal year 2010, is about $305,000. If the fees are adopted, which the Finance Committee will be recommending probably at the May or June meeting, that will increase to about $344,000. And it includes all of the items for GA, for corporate jets, and for commercial airlines. And just to give you an idea of what these are, and the reason I go over it is because you will be asked to approve this, as I said, in May or June. On the corporate jets, anything under 6,000 pounds, we're recommending increasing from $1.50 per 1,000 pounds to $2 per 1,000 pounds. We're leaving anything over 12,500 pounds the way it is, which is at $2.50. The airline landing fees, we're increasing all of them for the Cessna Caravan and the SAB 340 from $1 to $2.
A public hearing on the proposed increases will occur at an Airport Commission meeting in May. Then Airport Commission Chair Dan Santos highlights the Construction Committee's recent meeting.
The biggest item for the agenda was talking about construction phasing. Now that we got the approval from the Town Council to proceed, phasing was the item that we felt needed the most immediate addressing with Suffolk Construction and with staff, and they spent quite a bit of time today laying out all the parking areas and how primarily we're going to deal with parking during the construction. There's some charts up here on the board which you don't need to refer to, but effectively this lays out all our dates, and looking if everything goes according to plan, having a groundbreaking in August, with the first thing being done is to rearrange the parking so that we can get progressing on the air traffic control tower and the terminal and still have adequate, safe, and effective parking for our patrons. So it looks like they're well on our way to a good phasing plan, and I don't think we had much comment at all on what that plan was, but we will be monitoring that very closely because it's going to be important during the whole construction process that our patrons be able to get here and get here safely and have adequate parking that's relatively nearby. And that concluded our construction committee meeting.
Airport Manager Bud Briault here brings important information to the Commission's attention.
Yes. I just wanted to point out that it looks like we've sort of turned a corner, and we talked about it a little bit in the Finance Committee. But if you look at just our fuel sales alone, the month of March showed 7,000 gallons above last year. February was 3,000 gallons. January is 3,000. December was 1,000, November was about 5,000. So what I'm saying is that it appears that we've bottomed out, and we're starting a gradual increase back to hopefully where we used to be. So that's one of the clearest indicators we get is our fuel sales. And our parking, our revenue from our rental cars was up. So I think that we've turned the corner, hopefully, and things will be moving back. And I'm hearing that economic indicators from other areas are beginning to look a little bit better as well. The other thing I just wanted to point out with regard to the phasing meeting is that one of the things that we're trying to emphasize in our thinking is that we want to emphasize safety for the public and safety for anybody here who's working, and we want to do it with the least disruption and impact on our customers, and customers being those who fly and those who do the flying and those who work here and all the different other concessions here at the airport. So we're trying to do the least impact on them, because and so that's going to take a lot of effort, a lot of signage, a lot of public relations to try to get the word out, public notice, and we're trying to provide the best parking plan that we can, access for the public. And we're also getting another bus I think next week we're getting an old RTA bus, which will help us with our shuttle service. So we're looking at all of those issues, multiple issues, and this is not something that just you can go out and just do. Anything we do about moving the fence, we've got to get TSA approval, we've got to get FAA approval. We've got, not only from a security point of view, but from an airspace point of view. If we're going to look at taking over some airside ramps on a temporary basis for parking, then we're going to have to talk to pilots, we're going to have to talk to other people. We have to modify our operations somewhat slightly on the airfield. Everything will have to be marked. I understand that they put a fence up some years ago and was inadequately marked, and a plane hit it. So we have to prevent that from happening. Everything will be marked, high visibility, will be obstruction lights, everything like that, and then certainly we'll have NOTAMs out and everything else to notify everybody about it. So right now we think we can do it with a minimal amount of disruption this summer, because we're probably getting somewhat of a late start. The tower will start in July, the terminal in August, but that's really, a lot of it is site work, and so some moving around. So maybe by the time we actually get into trying to put a foundation in for the new terminal, we'll be past the high traffic time for the summer, so we'd probably be after Labor Day. So hopefully everything will come together and work right on that. So I just want to talk about that. And this is just a preliminary effort where we are. By the way, we're going to meet with all of the stakeholders as we progress. The parking company, with all police, fire, FAA, TSA, and all of the constituents here within the terminal, all the airlines, all the rental car companies, everything. Have them look at the plan and then make any modification that may be required as we move along. So. And it's also getting a lot of public interest, because everybody wants to know, why are you doing this in the summer? We have to in one case, and the other one is going to be somewhat delayed till after the summer. So, and that really concludes my report.
On Tuesday night, the Conservation Commission convened, and kicking off the evening was a public hearing on proposed draft regulations regarding shore outhauls. A shore outhaul is a boat retrieval and securing system by which a boat is secured to a line connected to a piling located in the water and attached to a post on or near the shore. The Commission decided to continue the public hearing until May 4th, and if you wish to submit comments, send them to the Conservation Commission by that date.
There are no meetings left on the town's calendar. That's all the time we have for today. For Kevin Friel, I'm Len Gobil. We'll see you next time on Barnstable Today.